Wait, she had a question over there. Back to the girl with the Lena hat there. Can't remember.
Question?
You got a question or?
Tekken? Tekken? Do you know Tekken? Tekken, fighting game, street fighting, virtual fighter. Yeah, so a lot of fighting games, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. In fact, one time when I was doing, I think I was, we were recording for Tekken 5, and I do some boxing, like, you know, one-on-one boxing training with the trainer. So I was coming back from that. I just trained him, and I was on my way to the studio. I walked in. I had these huge leopard print gloves that I use. You know, my motto is, yeah, you gotta look good when you kick ass, kind of thing, right? So here I walk into the studio. Client Namco is there, and they just start laughing. So they're like, ah, Miso-san, you're the only one that looks similar to character, right? So they have me sit down and write some of the lines that I would have said if I was actually fighting someone. And sure enough, they used them in the game. I didn't find out too much later, I will say, but yeah, the stuff like, I don't play with amateurs. Or like, you know, isn't it past your bedtime? Stuff like that, yeah. That was great.
Okay, I have to ask you, Lisa, because I did a game. Let's take a moment.
Let's take it.
I did a fan game. They created a fighting game, and I had to scream and die like 29 times for this one character. Because it's like, okay, you're gonna die from an uppercut. You're like, whoa! You know, and then like the next one, you're like, you know, you're gonna die from a kick to the groin or something. You know, things like that. You're just like, ah! You know, and like, whatever it was, it is the screaming. Because you have to scream while you're dying. Because you're going, oh! You know, whatever.
And then all of a sudden you hear from the engineer, okay, Worky, we like that. We want it probably twice as long as what you've been doing.
Yes, exactly.
You have to do the same thing, except you have to do it longer.
You have to do that with typing?
All the time, yeah.
It doesn't matter. They have to. Sometimes.
Maybe once they get to the game, but the whole process is like, but usually it takes a few hours to record your character, to get your character together.
And then your throat is bleeding. No, really, there are times where your throat, like, you need cinnamon, honey, nice warm drinks.
And the thing is, like, a lot of times the probably work is the same, but like when you get to usually when you get to the studio, the director and the client will usually sit down with you and explain your character. Or of course, if you've already done the character, like you know, I was Nina in Tekken 4, so they're just like, okay, we're just gonna play a few samples of your voice. You can kind of, because you know, I mean, you're doing it like 2 years later, after the fact, after you've done the recording for the past game. So you just hear, you know, a few of your lines, and you're like, okay, yeah, I remember my character. And then you go in, but they usually sit down with you and they kind of explain what they want, and then you go into the sound booth. And then you do exactly what Worky was saying. Yeah, it is pretty intense though. Yeah, bless you.
Just a word of advice to all, you know, becoming voice actor people or aspiring ones. If you're gonna do a voice, by the way, make sure that you can hold that voice for more than like 5 minutes. Because there's a voice where like, I mean, I can do it if I'm screaming, but only if I'm screaming. I last about an hour tops. You can't get more than that. Throw to kill. And then you got those other voices that tickle your throat to death until you don't want it, like what is it, Butters or something from South Park kind of thing? Like that guy who does Butters, he does it only for little stints because he can't hold it. Because he talks like this, he's like, wow, I'm really excited to be here, wow. And you're just like, yeah, But the different voices there, just make sure you do it for more than 10 minutes because you're gonna die otherwise. You will. And they don't tell you that. Let me tell you, when you go to the studio and they expect you to keep holding it and you don't realize that, it hurts. I'm sure Lisa knows. Oh my gosh. My favorite